the channel and back to another tier list. Today's tier list is going to be on Violence District. Now, for some of y'all, this may seem like a bit of a earlier time to do a tier list on this game, but it doesn't really matter. Plus, it's pretty much in place where all the items and killers line up when it comes to the balance of this game, which I'll do my best to explain to you. In this tier list, of course, we have it right here. I just made it myself. It took me quite a bit of time. I didn't do it all together because I don't want to make it two separate videos. That's going to be just a waste. We're just going to throw it all in one video because there's not much to talk about currently. They're going to be making a new killer. I believe it's going to be like some night thing. I'm going to put the screenshot on the screen. It looks cool. I don't know if they're going to add more to the game, but we'll see. And hopefully when that new killer comes out, they fix all the perks, which finally then I will be able to make a perk tier list because currently all the perks do not currently work. First off, we're just going to do killers and then we'll do the items. It's not going to take too long, so... So first things first, we have Jason. Jason is the free killer that you get. Everybody else you have to buy, and every other item. I'm not going to talk about the items, but when it comes to the killers, Jason is the first killer you get. He is very consistent. He's the most consistent killer in the game, I believe. He works on pretty much any map. He has good mobility. He has good anti-chase, and his range is a little bit shorter, I would like. But it's because of his animation where he swings very close to his chest. He does like a little motion. He doesn't extend his arm too much when it comes to swinging. So his range is a little bit short on the short end. But other than that, his abilities, he has two abilities. He has a teleport, which he recently got nerfed from being infinite to being 13 seconds. He gains massive speed and he can unteleport anytime he wants, and a little bit like a second or two later, or a second, it doesn't take too long. After he uncloaks, he's able to just immediately start swinging. So pretty much if you catch a survivor and they don't have a window or a pallet to go to, that's a free hit. Pretty simple. And his other ability, which is his anti-chase, I guess you could say, is his rage mode, where he moves way faster and he breaks pallets. Now, mind you, he breaks pallets by walking into them. He doesn't need to like do the prompt where you have to kick him. He just walks into them and it breaks. It applies a little slow, but other than that, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good anti-chase. But one thing that you need to be wary about is that he still can be stunned by pallets while in rage mode, and it will take a hefty chunk of your rage. Other than that, I believe Jason is currently top tier. Jason is currently a top tier killer. He's not broken, but he is very good. He's very consistent, and anyone can use him and learn. And plus, he has really good perks like brutal strength, which in DBDs you just kick pallets faster. So he's probably one of the killers that you want to grind for perks. Other than that, pretty good killer. And next, we have Michael Myers. Myers in this game is very kind of map dependent on, because he is straight N1 killer. He's basically DBD Myers, except he has infinite tier 3. Now, infinite tier 3 is very big of a threat when it comes to, like, he basically moves at Jason and rage speed all the time. He has the biggest lunge in the game besides Lizard Mask. Tier 1 Myers is very good on small maps. If you are playing in a smaller map, you probably want to stay in tier 1 for quite a bit because he can still lunge while in tier 1. So yes, you move extremely slow in very close quarters maps like Space Map. He's going to be very good because 1, you lose line of sight of him pretty easily. 2, he has no terror radius and he can still lunge. So he will catch you off guard if you're not paying attention. And once he gets to his tier 2 is basically useless. It's just a normal N1 killer. But once he gets to that tier 3, that's pretty much it. He's just a threat. Where I would put him in the tier list is, honestly, he's not the best. Even when he's in tier 3, because of the fact where, yes, he moves faster, and usually you're just gonna have to W key any survivor. Any survivor can probably take advantage of this and just play around pallets and vaults. He struggles against vaults. Mind you, he's still an M1 killer. He's just Jason and a rage mode, and if anyone knows what they're doing, they can deal with a tier 3 Myers. He's not that good, and the bigger maps that are in the game, he struggles in, but he's very good in smaller maps. Other than that, he is honestly a mid to high tier, one of the two. He does have a very good perk where if you get out of chase, you see the aura of the survivor for a couple seconds, which is very useful. Honestly, I want to put him on mid tier because usually he's kind of mid in the sense because it takes a while for his tiers to go up, but even then tier 1 is very easy. And plus I think they buffed it where he raises his stock meter faster and he has infinite stock. So honestly, I'm gonna put him to high tier. I might bump him down to mid tier later on. I have to play him more, but as of right now, I think my standing is he's a mid to high tier in that range. I don't see a reason to put him in mid tier because he has infinite tier 3, but it's just like he's still just M1 base M1 killer, so it's kind of iffy to me. Plus gens get done very fast in this game, especially when they're grouped up. If you're on a gen by yourself, then yeah, it goes slower. But if he's getting gen rush, like 2 people on a gen per gen, it's gonna be very hard, and usually he's just a race against time. But other than that, yeah, I would have to put him to mid to high tier. Next is the mask. Now the mask is very good killer. His ability basically is to it's RNG. You switch up any mask, and whatever mask gives you a specific status effect or a little boost in some sort of attribute. He has a couple masks. All the masks that I know, this is from the top of my head. I might be wrong in some of these, or there may be more that I'm missing. So he has Bunny Mask, which helps him vault way faster, very fast vault. He has Panther Mask, which makes him move faster. It's very good mask. He keeps his same, like everything. He just moves twice as fast. It's crazy. He has Lizard Mask, which shortens his range but extends his lunge by a lot. He has Tiger Mask, which basically gives him fists. He turns into a freaking boss, but it insta-downs. It insta-downs, but the only downside is that he's slower. Duck Mask, which is Chainsaw. He's basically turns into Hillbilly, insta-downs. And I think that's it. And then Regular Mask, which is a Chicken Mask. He's just basically M1 killer. All these are very good in their own scenario. Some are better than others, and if you get stuck with like a bad mask roll, then you're kind of screwed for it, but it's not forever. So even though the cooldown is quite long, he's a good killer on his own when it comes to just basic M1 because he has probably the longest range in the game currently. His swing, he moves his bat outwards, so the range of that entire bat is his hitbox. So he has a very good lunge on base. Other than that, he doesn't really have many downsides other than if you just don't get a mask that you want. But he has 2 instant downs, speed up, speed length. Like yeah, he has a wide arsenal, and I'm pretty sure he's good for high top tier. The only problem that he doesn't work well in bigger maps like Jason, because he has, unless you get Chainsaw, which then you don't have to worry about that. So I guess it's kind of irrelevant, but it's still based on luck, and you just have to worry about hitting your chainsaws, which sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. It's very hard to travel. I mean, very hard to turn while in Chainsaw Rush. But other than that, he's a very versatile killer, and he works in a lot of maps. Next is Legion, low tier. Legion is Legion. Currently he has a bug where if you swing right before your ability is about to end, it gives you a normal M1, but it takes a while, and plus it's not very consistent, and plus it's still a bug. People called it a tech. It's not a tech, it's a bug. I'm immediately throwing him into low tier due to the fact that it's literally just Legion. He's normal M1 killer, and if he's not in N1 state, in smaller maps he's rarely good. Like Space Map, that's probably his best map because it's very condensed with each other, and plus also Aura Village. And if he gets all four hit, if he gets the fourth hit is the down. So in that sense, where there's 5 survivors, he has more of a chance to get that instant down. The only problem is that if the survivors know what they're doing, they split up and stuff. He just has the same weaknesses as a regular Legion. The only thing that I believe helps is that every time he gets a hit, it's a speed boost. But he gets stopped by pallet stuns. If you miss, you lose it, and after that, you just turn into a regular M1 killer. And you can't rely on your ability to help with downs at all. Besides, if you want to go for that bug, but again, it's very iffy, it's risky, and it doesn't work all the time. So that's why I'm putting him in low tier. He just doesn't have enough to boost him in a lot of scenarios. And if survivors know what they're doing, they're of course not going to heal because they know they're completely safe. Next is my main currently, which is the Hidden. The Hidden is top tier. This is not a bias because I mean he's top tier because his abilities straight work for chase and basically chase only. He has a jump that could jump over some low obstacles and pallets with a little cooldown afterwards, unless you automatically do your other ability, which is a lunge dash. It's like Demogorgon lunge, where you just a little charge and you move straight forward in a straight line, and anything in that line gets hit. If you run into something, you get a little cooldown, but the cooldown is very forgiving on misses and whatnot, and it's good for gaining distance. So, and it's better if you hit it, you get an injury or a down. And on top of that, they get marked for, I think, 10 seconds. So if you're in chase and you hit them with your dash, they get marked, and you basically have wall hacks, which allows you to maneuver whatever obstacle you can to catch them off guard or just keep on tracking them down. His jump works because he basically ignores pallets. Somebody uses a pallet, he just jumps over it and you swing. Or you jump over it and you dash, whatever the case may be. He's very good in chase, and then he has a passive where if he stands still, he turns invisible and hides his terror radius, which is very good. It's very good. I would say, like, yeah, it's very good for camping, but it's also very good for ambushing. If you are in if you're in a very condensed area and you know somebody is trying to go to this gen or whatever the case may be, you can literally just stand there and just wait. And they won't know until you start moving again. So he's a very good killer, and basically all regards. He's very chase pressure oriented, and then he has a lot of utility when it comes to just standing still and turning invisible. I don't think he automatically turns his heartbeat radius on, which is very good, but his red stain, I believe, goes on immediately. So just be wary of that. And then that's gonna be the tier list for the killers. Now for the items. First item is the gun. The gun is a purple, which costs a lot, which is I believe 7,500. When it comes to the gun, it's basically just a gamble. It's 50-50 chance. If you get lucky, you shoot. If you don't, you hit yourself. It can be spammed, which is crazy. I don't know if they're gonna add a cooldown, but I don't think it really needs a cooldown, because if you get consistent shots, you're just lucky. It's a 50-50 chance, it's a coin flip. So honestly, if you do that, if you get lucky, then it's very, very good. The stun is not too long though, so it's not really like crazy if you keep on hitting your shots. Also, the crosshair placement, or like the lining of where the gun or the bullet's gonna be fired, is very off. It's literally slided to the left a bit. It's kind of weird. That's pretty much it. It's just a gun, and if you get unlucky, you hit yourself. If you get unlucky again, you down yourself. So sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. Usually you use it if you are in a little tight situation when it comes to you being in chase, where you just need a get out of jail free card, or if you're trying to just consistently get some saves, which the gun is better than the flashlight for, but it also comes with a downside if you miss, because it gives the killer a free hit, basically a free injury. Other than that, if you are lucky, this is basically broken, but if you are unlucky, it's bottom tier. So I'm gonna put it in mid tier. It is a mid tier thing. Some people will argue it's better, but then again, it's RNG based. It's a coin flip. You're not lucky all the time. So it's gonna be mid tier. Next is the heartbeat sensor. It's not a heartbeat sensor, it's like a radius sensor. I'm gonna call it a heartbeat sensor. It's high tier. It's very useful. It's the cheapest ability. It's the cheapest item in the game, but it also is one of the most useful. Where you basically it's a heartbeat radius. You turn it on, beeping faster. They know it's closer. It's not beeping at all. It's kill as far. It's simple. It's simple. High tier. Very good. Very useful. Next is the TP, which is a very useful ability, which I'm also going to put in high tier because of the fact where, honestly, I'm moving the heartbeat into broken. I mean, to top tier. Top tier. Very good. It's the cheapest as well. It's very cheap. Anybody can get it. So, when it comes to the teleport, it has a pretty short cooldown, honestly. You activate it, you snap. After like 3 seconds, you teleport to a random spot on the map. Sometimes it sends you very far. Sometimes it sends you literally right next to each other. It's randomized. So usually it's very good utility to get out of situations. The only downside of it is that if the killer is anywhere close and he hears a TP, the killer can also follow you, as well as other survivors. So while yes, it is very good when it comes to just getting out of a situation, like if you just unhook someone and then you TP, you randomly teleport somewhere, but it's not exclusive where you could literally spawn right next to the killer. And if the killer is chasing you, he goes to the teleport and finds you. So you need to be very picky on where you use your teleports. It has really small cooldown, which is why I'm putting it right here. Very good utility. And last thing is the flashlight. Broken. The flashlight is the only broken thing on this tier list. The flashlight, while being the second cheapest item in the game, also is the most forgiving item in the game. This flashlight flashes someone in like 2 seconds less. It is extremely forgiving. If the killer is careless and they pick up someone willy-nilly, anybody can come up and flashlight save in the matter of milliseconds. It is insanely powerful. Even if you don't fully get the flash, the blindness that it applies to the killer is insane. Only a little bit of time covers your entire screen. It's crazy how powerful this flashlight is. I'm honestly looking for a nerf for the flashlight because it is extremely forgiving. It should be a bit more time before it fully does the flashlight effect. Because while you are moving the killer is moving their head, the flashlights sometimes can be avoided. I find myself avoiding the flashlight a lot, not even by like on purpose. It's just that whoever survivor isn't there fast enough, and you get scot-free. Which honestly, I would just say for the flashlight to be nerfed where the duration until it takes for you to get a flashlight save or like a fully blind effect take a little bit more time, because you do pick up survivors easy, like fast. So I can understand why they made it that quick. But even with you basically missing, the blindness effect is crazy. So, which is fine. It's fine. It's a flashlight. It's supposed to blind you. But the speed in which it does it's a bit crazy. So that's the only broken item in the game. Plus, it's fairly cheap. So this is gonna be the tier list for now. I will fix the tier list, adjust to whenever a new killer comes out, new items. I'll make a quick tier list once they all get fixed. So hopefully, if you guys did enjoy, please hit like, subscribe, yada yada yada. Okay.